No matter if the lights go out or the stars come down, I will always be right here. I don't care if no one else around, I'll hold you down.
Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzy. I'm the host here at Lizzy's Nails channel, and welcome to my channel. Guys, as you can tell, a little bit of dust, so you guys know how it's like. I have a special video for you guys today. I'm pretty excited because I'm going to be talking about all of the practice hands I've gone through, everyone I've invested on, and my pros and cons for each and every single one of them. And I mean all of them. I love all my hands. I may hold a grudge on a couple of them, but I still love them. So today we're going to be talking about practice hands and how I feel about them. Now, just as a disclaimer, I am not a professional. I don't ever claim to be. This is just me, a nail enthusiast that for the last couple of years have been so excited about nails that I've invested and I've tried and, gone through experiences, personal experiences about these particular items. I don't know about every single one of them out there, but these are my personal experience with these particular items and my personal opinions. So if you guys want to go ahead and stay tuned and hear what I have to say about these items, then go ahead and keep watching, and I will tell you it'll be worth it at the end. I do have an unboxing today and I'm pretty excited, so I'm gonna try and this time keep my enthusiasm at a very calm level because I need to or I won't get through this video. So we're gonna go hand by hand, and I will always say, and I've said this before, if you're at the very beginning of your nail journey, I will never suggest you spending a ton of money on items you don't need right now. I will always tell you to spend money, your hard-earned money, on things you need at that moment to get you started. Then as you get better, you can then invest a little bit more as you go. And that's what I did. At least that's how I feel I did. I started with a regular practice hand, the kind that you would get at your nail school if I was going to nail school, and it's a mechanical hand. This was my first ever, and let me put that back in, it popped out. This was my first ever, and let me see if I can get a wider view for you guys. Sorry about that. So this was my first ever practice hand, and you guys, I thought and I still feel that it was worth it when I initially started. I started in 2019 really diving into being passionate about doing nails. I had been doing my own nails, and I'm talking about my own nails, since way before that, because I think maybe a couple of years before that I had decided that the money that I was investing on these nail salons that either were cutting me, rushing me, not giving me the experience I was looking for in having a couple hours to relax. I was being rushed out the door because they just wanted another person to come and sit in the chair as quickly as possible so they can continue to make their money. And I get it, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for a place where I could go relax and still get my nails done in a quality form. I'm not gonna say that some days those nail salons didn't give me what I asked for, but for the majority of the time I didn't get what I asked for. And they always try to convince you to spend money on something you don't want. And that's not the experience I wanted. I wanted to just relax and have my girl time. So when I wasn't getting that, I decided to start doing my own nails, and so I invested. I started going to my local nail supply store. I got my first brush, my first acrylic, my first monomer, and those were the only 3 things, and some files. Those were the only 4 items that I ever purchased to really start doing my nails. And then I started watching YouTube, and I started learning more about nails, and that's when the passion grew. A year or 2 into doing my own nails, I said, you know what, I think I could really do this. And then voila, I purchased my practice hand. Now this is from the maker HoMoves. I'm gonna put pictures here, and for the first time I am gonna be talking about prices for each and every single one of my hands, so you guys see the growth. Not that you see how I spent the money, but so that you can see the growth. I have so many videos and so many pictures of nails that I did on my personal Instagram. I decided to do a Lizzy's Nails Instagram, so I now post there. But prior to that, I used to post on my personal Instagram a bunch of nails, and I will insert pictures here so you guys can see, you know, how well used this hand was. So I used this for months, I mean months, before I decided to purchase on any other silicone hand or anything like that. And this is posable, you guys. This is posable. You can pose it. You can put it any way you want it to get it to look. So it is still posable. You can kind of get the looks that you want if you're trying to take a picture. So it is still posable. The only thing, it's not aesthetically pleasing because obviously it's made of plastic. But the best thing about this is not only are you going to get your practice, but I tell you, the size of this nail bed was perfect for me to learn to do my artwork. And I loved it. I loved how much room I had to do my artwork, and I was able to actually grow to do that. So I love it for that because it helped me learn my application. I still felt like I needed to learn, and I still am learning, but it helped me with learning my application, with my art, and I will forever say that this was the best investment. Now this one, you guys, cost me, and bear with me because I am looking this information up. I have it saved on my phone. It cost me $22.99, and guys, it came with 2 packs of the 200. Let me just say this: 2 packs, 100 each, of these base tips. So they start you off pretty well. It comes with the practice hand, obviously. It came with the file, and it came with a little tiny jar of crystals and decorations that you could put on your nails to practice. And it also came with 100 clear nail tips. So they really do give you what you need to start practicing. Obviously, you're going to need acrylic. You're going to need actual tips to put onto these base tips, but they give you the basics of what you need to start practicing. And this was $22.99, and I will forever say it's the best purchase I ever made to start. Okay, so I'm gonna link this hand down below because I obviously think it's worth it. Now, if you guys invest on this hand and you run out of these base tips, I'm also gonna link from the same maker how you can get more refills for these base tips, because you cannot just buy any base tips, guys, and I learned that the hard way. When I ran out of these base tips, of the ones that came with the hand when I purchased them, I had invested a ton of money in getting a different maker's tips, and the tips that I tried to glue on would not stay on. So I quickly learned that you can't just get any base tip. I went back to the maker and I purchased their refills of the base tips, and they were perfectly fine. So if you're looking for a mechanical hand and the base tips that actually work properly to adhere, glue your tips on, this is definitely the hand that you should invest in. I'm not gonna go outside that because I know it worked for me. By personal experience, when I purchased just any base tip by any maker, I could not get the tips to glue on, and that was the problem. I went back to the maker and their base tips are perfect. So if you're gonna start off, this is my first recommendation. Okay, $22.99. You get the hand, you get base tips, you get some decorations, you get a file, and you get tips to start practicing with. So I definitely felt like I had a great investment. Now the only downfall was that this particular nail here, whenever I practice with this one, now this one just easily comes off and this starts to pull off. And sometimes, and you've seen it on my videos, these will come off. you know, but this, it's not attached. It's not permanently attached. So yes, it's after some wear and tear, it's going to start to fall out. But in the very beginning, in learning application, you're going to be gentle either ways until you get better. And that's when you put more force into your filing, your practice. So that's the only downfall. And the fact that the hand kept coming off the handle because I kept turning it a specific direction. Like, I had to turn it to the right all the time to make sure that the screw didn't come off. So, and pardon me because this also comes out. But then again, this isn't a very expensive hand. It's only 23 bucks. So you got to expect some things to go wrong. But those are the downfalls. But once you get your application, guys, then you grow. Then you grow. My second hand that I invested, I actually put in a giveaway. I will link the video of the winner. It was a Silicone Practice hand, and I will put a picture here. Let me get that information, guys. So, because I don't have the actual physical hand, I have to look up the information and look up pictures. So I'm going to insert a picture right here of the very first silicone posable practice hand I ever purchased. Once again, I purchased that through Amazon. I knew there were hands out there that were much better quality, but I didn't know if that makes sense. Like, I knew people were purchasing hands, but just getting into nails and getting into the nail world, I didn't know at the time about the Glamourless. I didn't know about Red Iguana. I didn't know about the Aleana. I didn't know about all these bigger name brand hands that they're not cheap, and I won't put them in the expensive category because you can actually spend more in other things. So I don't think that they're expensive. They're an investment, but they're not cheap. And I didn't know about these silicone hands yet, believe it or not. And this was, I believe, in 2019 or 2020 or 2021. I'm trying to remember. I know I started purchasing things in 2019. It is now 2023. I want to say 2020. Hold on, you guys. I know it was the year. It was month April of I did the mechanical hand back in, I'm sorry, I have my history here, so I apologize if I'm taking too long to give you this information, but I just want you to see the growth. So the mechanical practice hand, I had purchased it in April of 2021. There we go. I started doing nails way before then. And then the silicone hand that I'm about to show you or talk about, I purchased in July of 2021. So it took me 3 months of constantly doing nails, guys. I'm telling you, you can ask my husband. And I'll show you pictures once again in a minute about all the practice. I mean, I kept practicing and practicing until obviously, you know, the hand got some wear and tear. And so 3 months after that, I purchased my first ever silicone posable practice hand. So I thought it was worth it. I thought it was worth it only because it was more aesthetically pleasing than my mechanical hand. The feel of that silicone made me feel like I was holding an actual person's hand. And so I wanted to be more gentle and really try to take care of the hand itself while doing the application. And you know, in an actual human being's hand, you will want to be delicate. You want to do it right, but you'll want to be delicate, and so you'll want to practice even more on how to take care of that cuticle area, the nail bed, and so forth. So this particular hand, like I said, I also bought in Amazon. It cost me $50. It was $49.99 when I purchased it. They're a little few dollars cheaper now, but it was $49.99 when I purchased it. And that hand came with obviously the silicone hand, the stand. It came with a file, a cuticle nipper. Don't know why. I would never nip the cuticle on a silicone hand. It came with a nail tip cutter and a box of tips. And once again, I'll insert pictures here. At the time, it was $49.99, and they do give you the choice of a left hand, right hand, and colors, I believe, different different colors. Not sure, I can't really remember if there was other colors, but that was my first ever silicone hand. Now the only con, I mean, besides the great experience that you get feeling like if it was a real hand, the con with that one was that whenever I went in with my e-file around the cuticle area, it didn't matter how lightly I touched or nicked it with my e-file, the cuticle area did crack. It would crack. And I also felt like the nail beds did not have enough space for me to really do designs. I was limited in the space that I had to do the designs that I really wanted to do or that I was already doing on my mechanical hand. So I would always turn back to my mechanical hand, and I found that I didn't use it as much, and so I put it in a giveaway. So you have your pros and cons. So you either want a silicone hand that you could just have in practice and do pictures with. I didn't feel I could get much of a pose. I mean, there's certain ways you could have posed that hand to give you that real hand look, but it was limited on the pose. So I didn't regret buying that because I love the experience that I had feeling like I had an actual human hand. The feel of it, I'm telling you, was so different. For the first time feeling the silicone in my hand, to me felt different. Like, oh my God, this feels like an actual human hand. It didn't really, because you know that the feel of actual skin versus silicone. But the feel and the experience was very, very different, and I loved that experience. But I didn't get very much use out of it, so it's no longer in my possession. It's in the possession of someone who hopefully is enjoying it and getting good use out of it. So now, next, okay, guys. So my next practice hand is this practice hand. It's like a half hand, only it includes the thumb. I had seen a review here on YouTube prior to purchasing this hand, and I'm not going to say that the review wasn't true and honest. It was. This hand is very, very durable. It can take a nick, you know, if you bang your nail drill on accident, not on purpose, to the cuticle area, it takes it. It's very, very durable and very, very lifelike. And it has these, and excuse because I have dust everywhere here. I really need to get into a deep clean in this room. But this hand has, you know, even fingerprints to be able to manipulate being an actual hand. And that's the reason why I was so interested in this hand. But I have a grudge against this hand. Even though I enjoyed it, even though I love it, I hold a grudge. Hear me out. Let me tell you what it came with, and then we're going to go into details about prices. It came obviously with the hand. It comes with this stand. This stand, you know, you can, it's a suction, goes into there, goes up and down. You can loosen this up so that way you have the turn. And this used to be loose, but over time it broke because the plastic just wasn't a high quality plastic, so the grip on it broke, and so I had to use the E6000 glue to glue that in. So the only way it'll turn is with this little ball, and I can only turn it to, once again, the right, because if I turn it too much to the left, this little screw will come off the little ball. So I have to constantly turn it to the right in order for me to have the ball itself turn. So over time, this stand really wore out. This hand also came with about 550 tips. It came with a small bag of sample tips to use as your base tips. It came with 2 glue sticks, and it actually came with a bag of rings. It came with these rings. So I appreciated that it came with enough inventory or enough items for you to really get a good practice. What I did not appreciate, and I'm not going to mention the small business, it's all preference, personal opinion, and I'm going to keep that to myself. But I will share with you how much this small business charged me for this hand. Okay, the price on this hand is $185. Yes, $185. Overall, with interest, because I took out a payment plan for it, I thought $185 was a lot at the time, and it still is. And so I had a payment plan through the app called Shop. I paid $206.39 with interest. Yes. $206.39 for this. I'm not telling you this is not a good quality hand, but if you look at it, it's not painted. It's not even posable. Okay, so the quality of the silicone, yes, it's very good. I'm not gonna lie, very, very good. And I really do enjoy doing nails with this hand. You don't get to see this hand very much because I hold a grudge. I did a rant video on this, so this is gonna be part 2 only, not as bad. So I don't think it was worth it paying it at that price. When I was shopping around for a half hand, and I was looking around on YouTube to see, you know, has anyone ever purchased this hand? I mean, has anyone ever heard of this hand? And then I did find a content creator here on YouTube who did purchase this hand. And they purchased it from AliExpress. And the reason I got curious and looking around for that was because as I was shopping around for a new hand, a half hand, I ran into this very hand on Amazon. On Amazon. And on Amazon, they sold it for about 75 bucks. 75 bucks. Had I known. Come on. 185 versus 75. That's 3 times. 3 times the price almost. And so I would never recommend that. Small business. Moving on. This was my third practice hand. Is not posable. If I were to recommend this hand at all, if I can find the link again, I will link the Amazon link because it was the cheapest I was able to find, about 75 bucks. AliExpress had it for like $85.99, and I just don't even think $10 more was worth it. So I would link, if I can find it, the Amazon link down below for $75. So great quality hand as far as the silicone itself. Depending on who's selling, not worth it. But a pretty good hand, And if you haven't seen my video for this down below, I will also link the person, the channel who is credited for this idea, which is Momo's Nails Creation. I will link that channel down below, and I will link the video for this down below as well. I will no longer use this stand because it's too bulky, it's too much, and then having to pull it out of the hole, it's a lot of work. So I magnetized it so I can use my magnet stand. So now I feel a little happier. I'm not as upset. I've gotten over it, but not a good investment at the time. Not a good investment. It doesn't even pose, you guys, but it is durable. It does take its beating and it lasts. The only time I ever really hurt this hand was when I was trying to remove a set and I broke it there. I never repaired it because I didn't think it was such a big deal, but I did rip this trying to clean the inside of the canal. I ripped this and I fixed it with that little silicone tube. I'll put a picture of it here, and I fixed it with that. So now it's back to normal, and just quite an experience. So moving on. So my next hand, which brought me into the rant when I was looking for it, of this hand that I just showed you, is also an Amazon purchase, and I give credit to Momo's Nails Creation because she did show this in her video when I saw her compare it to the Red Iguana. This is the one that I personally, and guys, this is just a personal opinion, and this is for, I think, the 2.0, not for the ones that are out now, but the original Red Iguana. When I started learning about hands, this hand to me is a dupe for it. I'm sorry, but it is. And once again, I'm sorry because of the dust. It's posable. Okay, it's a half hand. I just magnetized it as well. It does not come with a stand. How much did I pay for this? Let me look for that. Okay, you guys, so I looked up my original order. Once again, I got this on Amazon, and this hand cost me $30.99, but that's all you're gonna get. It's just the hand. You don't get any tips. You don't get anything extra. These rings were not included. These I purchased on Amazon to have just more options to decorate my hands with. So it does not come with the rings, it's just the hand itself. But $30.99, it's not bad. It is a silicone hand, it is posable, and I love that about this hand. And once again, I definitely think it is a dupe for the original Red Iguana hand, and that's just my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to it. To each his own. And I think it's worth it if you're gonna upgrade from the mechanical hand to a silicone hand. This is the one that I would recommend to start to see if you know how to take care of a silicone hand. Because you guys, if you're gonna invest on a Red Iguana or a Glamour Liz or an Aleana hand, you first need to learn how to take care of that silicone hand. How far can you go onto the cuticle without nipping it? And I will tell you, I've nicked this quite a few times and it has not ripped open. The canals are a lot tighter than the previous hand that I just showed you. It's a lot tighter than those. And I did want something small, you know, for when I want to do quick looks and I don't want to do a full full hand set. This is something quick that I wanted. So I thought, and I still do think that this is a great investment. For those of you who have been dying to get a silicone hand, and I'll link this one down below, guys. Dying to get a silicone hand and it be more aesthetically pleasing when you want to take pictures. I definitely think that this is a good investment to start. Now once you're past the application, learning it, and you now just want a good hand to take great, amazing pictures with, this hand to me, once you got the application and the filing and the shaping, this hand is great for you to come up with designs, to practice designs and trends out there and have a good looking hand to take pictures with, right? But once you've gotten those two phases done, you got the application, shaping, and filing down, now you're learning designs, now you're learning trends, now you're learning experimenting with looks and coming up with your own designs. This is a hand for that. But now you're going to go past that. Now I feel that you're beyond this hand at that point. So I chose to invest on a very beautiful, very gorgeous hand. And it is, and I'm not gonna lie, it is my favorite. It's my Jasmine. It's my Glamour Liz hand. And this one cost me, and I'm sorry, I never get prepared with the prices. Give me a second here. So I looked for my I logged into my Glamour Liz account, because you can register and create an account there to track your orders and things like that. So for this hand, and I need you to take a good look at it. It is so lifelike and so freakishly lifelike. It has so many details on it. Okay, it is painted. It is painted. It is posable, you guys. It is posable. So I do get a chance to really give great pictures and videos with this. So it is posable. And it's my favorite. Her name is Jasmine. This is the one I ordered from Glamour Liz. I will link her website down below, and I will also link her YouTube channel. There's going to be plenty of links down there, you guys. This is Jasmine. It's the left hand. It is posable. It is painted, and it's the full hand. It gives you the wrist and everything. This particular hand costs $250. But look at it. She puts a lot of time and effort into these hands, and it is so heavy. It is durable. And I will tell you, in all the hands I've purchased, the canal, look at this. It gives me such a tight grip in there, you guys. And look, she even threw in, she painted the nail bed to make it look more lifelike. That was for free. But see the space in that nail canal, your tips will not move. And if it does, it's because you're really being hard on it, because I've experienced that. I'm being really hard on it, and I'm really gripping and shaping and filing, and so it will pull off just a little tiny bit, but it's not horrible. And I mean, these babies will not come off when you're practicing. It will not come off. Definitely worth it. The only con, and this is the only con, because in my personal opinion is the only con, is, and when I'm trying to do nail art, and I'm required to cure it for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever the case may be, I would have to pull it off the stand. Sorry, guys. I would have to pull it off the stand. Like, pull it off to put it in the UV lamp. That is the only con. So I don't do that anymore. Now I have to move everything out of the way, bring my UV lamp, and put it over the hand. That is the only con. Other than that, you guys, this is, to me, the best investment I have ever made. The absolute best investment. Oh, I'm sorry, the other con, and just so that you guys know this, and I'm sure you are aware of this if you know anything about Glamour Liz, she's the only one making these hands. And so let's say you have 200 orders and you're the only one making these hands. It's gonna take you some time. So I had purchased this in February of 2022, and I received it in June. Yes, June. I'm trying to remember when I received it. Let me look up when I unveiled this hand. Where are you? We are December, November, October, September. Oh, I'm sorry, August. I ordered it in February and I received it in August. It took about 6 months to get. And I know that's a lot, you guys. I know that's a lot. But once again, she is the only one creating these hands. And if you, I mean, look at it. Look at it. And yes, you know, at the very cuticle area, that's the only area, you guys, where I'm losing some of the paint. But I mean, I'm always constantly cleaning it. I'm always filing it. So I would understand, but I don't have any peeling anywhere else. This is the only area that I have peeling. But you could barely tell, guys. Just be honest. Could you tell? Could you tell? It's not horrible. And I've had it for months now. So I've put this baby to good use. But this is my favorite hand, you guys. I'm sorry to say this is my favorite hand. And I love it. $250. The stand comes separate. And the stand is $20. Obviously, if you want to do the gluing method, or if you want the exact nails that fit perfectly for this hand, you have to purchase the tips through Glamour Liz. I found tips that fit just fine on this, so I didn't have to purchase her tips. But if I ever wanted to do the glue method, I would most likely purchase her tips because they fit perfectly on the nail, on the base of this. But in the meantime, if you don't want to do the gluing method, which I don't think you need, I've never done the glue method, and look, I mean, that is tight. You want a good hand, you'll have to wait for it. But if you want a good hand and you're ready for this type of investment, this is what I would recommend. A Glamour Liz hand. A Glamour Liz hand. The absolute best investment I have ever made. I don't have any regrets. Absolutely none. Okay, so I have one more hand that I purchased after this one. And I do want to give some time to that one. So let me put these hands aside. BRB. I forgot to mention, I got this free thumb from Glamour Liz for her taking long. She's that sweet, you guys. She'll give you something free. She'll throw some free things in there because she feels so bad and horrible to take so long on your hands. But let me tell you, it is worth the wait. I'm not gonna lie, it's worth the wait. But I got a free thumb, and it's tattooed with a nail bed. And I have yet to use it. I magnetized it. I have yet to use it. But I'm gonna start using it because I'm practicing on forms now. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. But anyhow, I am starting to practice with forms, so this is gonna come in handy. I did forget I got this practice finger from Zule's Nails. I will link her online store down below. I didn't see it on her website. Maybe I didn't look well enough, but if you guys go look for yourself, you may be able to find it. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I did purchase this finger through Zule's Nails. And my last investment, you guys, is my red iguana hand. For the first time, I had decided that I wanted to purchase a red iguana hand. They came out with the 3.0. It's magnetized, and once again, I have been doing tons of videos, you guys, trying to push them out because my birthday's coming up. You were seeing this after my birthday, but my birthday was coming up, and I wanted to have the content pushed out enough so that I can enjoy my birthday and not have to worry about making content during my birthday. So you're gonna see this after my birthday. I'm filming this before though. But this, I had finally invested, and you guys, look at that. Look at the details on that hand. You can also see fingerprints. Now, initially when I purchased it, this looked amazing. But it's peeling, you guys. It's peeling. And I know Momo Nails Creations had mentioned that they had a batch of hands that, you know, was affected. And it was peeling. But I didn't want to have to send this back and wait for them to fix it and send it back to me. I think that, you know, if you know your hands had a bad batch, you should just reach out to those people who you first sold them to. But that's just my personal opinion. I gently clean my hand with a brush, a dust brush, small dust brush. That's the only thing I use it for, to clean my hands, even my Glamourless hand. And the knuckles are peeling. It's peeling. The hand here is peeling. Now, I'm not going to say it's a huge big deal because this is a practice hand. That's what it's made for. You're going to practice with it. You're going to nick it. It's going to get scratched. It's going to peel. Something's going to happen to it. You're using chemicals. So, of course, that's going to happen to your hand. And this wasn't as expensive as the Glamourless. Let me tell you how much I paid for it. Before I tell you the price, keep in mind this is the 3.0. They now magnetize it. They paint it now, and it is a posable hand. Okay, it is a posable hand. That's what I chose. And it is amazing looking. It looks very, very realistic. I don't regret this at all. But just so you guys keep in mind, this is the 3.0. It has the magnets. Painted is posable. And it is a red iguana hand. So it is a very popular company that makes these hands. So having said that, this particular hand, this is the Ana Luisa hand, was $137. And sorry, honey. Oh, you're calling me. Speak of that's my hubby. Sorry, guys. What was I saying? Okay, so this hand cost me, at least in my receipt that I see here through shop, $137. This is the right hand. It's a half hand. It's posable. It's painted, and it's the magnetic one. The stand, unfortunately, was separate. That was $22, but it's a 2-in-1, you guys, because it comes with that magnet piece, and you can remove that magnet piece, and it becomes a stand for the full hand, because the full hand, just like the Glamourless hand, has a hole, and you could pop it in. So it's a 2-in-1 stand, so I understand why they would sell it at that price. Great stand. Doesn't budge from my table when I put it on the table. Great investment, but the con is that that's the only con, is that it's peeling all over, and I don't know what to do about it. I would contact them. But at this point, it's been months, and it's a practice hand. Yes, it is expensive. And you guys, I'm not, throwing numbers out there so I can be prejudged. You guys, I give myself an allowance. It's a pretty decent allowance because I make pretty decent money, and I give that to myself every payday. So I'm able to make these purchases. Okay, so I don't want to get judged for the amount that I'm putting out there that I have spent, but this is an investment on myself. I put these items to good use. I don't just leave them sitting aside. As you can tell, I did my Maniology January subscription with these. The peeling is not the only con. I'm sorry. The other con is this. If I show you a few clips of some videos where my tip is gradually coming out as I do my set, that is another con, is that the canals are not as tight. Probably if I glued them, the base tips, if I glued them, it would avoid that from happening. And it's already getting ruined, so I might as well try the glue method. I was just trying to avoid to do that on hands that I greatly invested on. I didn't want to, in removing a set that I just finished, because I have the gluing method, rip the silicone. I didn't want to do that. I know it's peeling, but it's not ripped, and so I'm afraid to do that. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't do it. Maybe I'll just use bigger tips. We'll see. But those are the cons. It's peeling, and that the canals are not as tight as I wish they could be. But this was my last hand that I invested on. And you guys, I have another hand that I'm going to be unboxing today. And we're just talking about hands and prices, so you guys can compare and see which ones may be the best for you if you're ready to invest in these hands. So be right. Okay, you guys. So I am ready to unveil and unbox my new purchase. I decided to go ahead and purchase another hand, and I know, you guys, it may seem like a lot, but I don't have people coming to my home for me to practice on them. I don't have too many people that I can do that with. So having said that, the only options for me are practice hands. And if I want to keep the variety and the content going and be able to show my designs, I need to have different style hands to be able to do that. So I'm investing in myself in that way. So please do not prejudge my purchases, you guys. Everyone, has their own things that they would prefer to spend their money on, and this is what I prefer to do it in. And once again, this is an allowance that I give myself, a decent allowance that permits me and allows me to make these purchases. So please do not prejudge. Does not come out of the house money. The house money is the house money. My allowance is my allowance, and I spend it the way I please. Anyway, I finally decided to purchase an Aleana hand. I did that. I made a purchase from Aleana, and you guys get to see it for the first time along with me. I don't know if my itemized bill is in the box because it's well wrapped. I've opened the box, but I haven't seen anything just yet. And I opened it because it does have my address on the top. And guys, you get to see this with me. I purchased, you guys, a half hand from Aleana. It is also magnetic. It's a magnetic practice lifelike half hand starter kit. So it comes with everything you need to get started, and that's what made me interested in this hand, that it came in the form of a kit. On their website, and I will link it down below, you have different options. You could get it made to order, so you get to pick the color, you get to pick the style, and so forth. Posable, non-posable, painted, not painted. You get it made to order. And they also give you the option in a form of a kit, which is already a hand. Posable, non-posable, painted, not painted. They give you all those options already pre-made in a bundle, in a kit. And that's what I decided to do. I didn't want to wait for it to be made. I wanted a pre-made hand. So I chose that. It comes with everything, you guys. I'm going to give you the price first because I want you guys to see how I felt this was worth an investment. So let me go back to my my little information kit here. So it comes with the hand. It comes with, excuse me, it's a magnetic hand, it's a posable hand, it's a painted hand. So those three items. It comes with the hand, it comes with the stand, it comes with a little block that you could put your stand on. And I believe you also get tips, and you choose the tips that you want. So it comes with 4 different items. It comes with the hand, and that hand itself is magnetic, it's painted, and it's posable, and you get to pick. I think they give you 2 options, and you get the option of it being flexible, posable. I chose the posable. Of course, I chose the posable, and I chose a specific style, and I'll show you that in a second. And it comes with the holder, the stand, comes with the support base, and it comes with tips. So I don't know if my itemized bill is here. I'm hoping it's not at the top. So this is the half hand. Peanuts. That's the half hand. Let me take everything out, you guys. Comes with the hand. Oh, this is heavy. Oh, this is heavy. That is heavy. That is the base. Oh, in case you don't have a glass top or a top that allows you to use the suction, they give you the option to buy the base. These are the tips. And this is the stand. It didn't come with an itemized bill. I don't see it. So, okay, I didn't have anything to worry about. So let's go through these items. So it comes with tips. You can do the natural, you could do the clear. I chose the natural, and I chose it because I don't know these nail beds just yet, and I wanted to make sure that I have the right tips to insert. So I believe that this is for this hand. I believe, because does it come with different? I'll open it. Let me open it and see if it just comes with 4 different tips or full hand. Let's see. Yeah, it's for a full hand. Or is it for a half hand? Why would they give you this many options for a half hand? So it comes with a size 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 50 of each. These are the perfect long square nail tips to glide into the deep canal as far as it comfortably goes. I guess these are the recommended sizes, but I only have four fingers. So why not just give me the appropriate tips for it? To each his own. But I assume that that's perfect for this hand. So they give you these sizes, but they give you tips. You have the option for that. It obviously comes with a stand. Let me see if I can get the scissors. Comes with the stand. And you guys, just like the Red Iguana stand, it's a 2-in-1. So if you look at this ball here, the full hand with the hole in the back, it goes right, you pop it right in. So it's just like the Glamour Liz, it's just like the Red Iguana that has that option, except that the stand is a 2-in-1, just like the Red Iguana. suctions. And just like the Red Iguana stand, it has the magnet piece. So you put your hand in here, the magnet one, or the full hand. And what I loved about this kit and this bundle was the base. This is so heavy, you guys, and they give you a choice of the base you want, different style bases, and this is heavy. How do you open it? I guess you just rip it open. Now this does not suction in here. It'll definitely suction here. Yes. And this is heavy, so it's not going anywhere. Perfect. This is all included in the price. Did I even tell you the price? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This kit is American dollars, $169.92. This. That's great. This alone, I'm sure, can cost you a ton of money. It comes with the hand, it's posable, it's painted, it's magnetic, comes with the base, the stand, and some tips. You can't beat that. $169. Obviously, this comes from out of the United States, so I did pay a little extra to get it shipped to me. I paid about $52, so at the end tail of it, I paid $221.62. But let's take a look at the hand, guys. Let's take a look at the hand. I picked Anias. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. A-N-A-I-S. That is the style I chose. Come to me. Come to me. It's magnetic. Ooh, heavy. Magnetic. Oh, I got the flexible. I'm sorry. It said it right there too. I got the flexible. I didn't get the posable, you guys. Sorry. I don't know about the paint job. It looks like that's veins. Oh my God, those are veins painted on there. Oh, wow. Looks like veins. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I've never seen veins painted on a hand. Wow. But look at it, guys. Isn't that beautiful? It comes painted and you can see the details of the hands as well. The only difference with this hand versus my other hands is how tiny the fingers are. Very tiny fingers. But I got it flexible because I just wanted to be able to not have to worry about, you know, that. So I might not be able to pose it as like I would like. But it is still beautiful. It's still aesthetically pleasing. So let me look at see how tight these, ooh, yep. Definitely tight. Can't get that sucker out. There we go. So it did take me a minute to pull it out. It did take me a minute. So as it gets deeper, it gets tighter, you guys. So I love this investment. Now I have another hand that I can do looks with and show them off with pictures on videos. So I'm pretty excited with this, and you can't beat not getting all of this for the price that I paid. You get your hand, you get your stand, you get your base. If you don't have a table that is capable of taking on the suction and keeping it on there, and this is heavy, you guys. You get to pick the kind of base as well, you get to pick the kind of hand, and you get tips, so can't beat the price. I won't be able to do a demo today with this hand. I will demo it another time because I'm pretty sure that this is a lengthy video, but I will let you guys have a closer look. The paint is a little weird. It's a little weird. I'm not used to seeing so much red on a hand, but then again, there's many different skin tones out there, and I'm sure that this maybe, you know, someone's skin tone out there is a lot of red, but it still looks lifelike, it still looks realistic, and I quite enjoy that. So, well, you guys, this is my new investment, my Aleana hand, and I am excited. I'm excited to do a look with this, so I can't wait to demo it. Doing a look, I think I know what look I want to do, my first look that I want to do with this hand, so I'm excited. You guys, thank you for joining me. Please, no judging, no judging. This is what I choose to invest in, and once again, it's an allowance I give myself each payday, so please, no coming at me because I'm spending this kind of money. I've earned it, I work very hard, I'm investing in myself, and no prejudging. So thank you guys for giving me your time. Thank you. I hope you guys are blessed. I hope you guys are safe. And if I've given you any information, the lesson is to start small. Don't go straight in with hands like these. I've worked my way towards these hands, you guys, because I would not, early on, aside from the fact that I didn't know about all of them, I would not have invested this much money if I was going to ruin my hand. Now I know how to take care of my hands, and that's why I invest on them. So please, you guys, don't dive into paying $200 and some odd if you're not ready. So thank you guys. Hope you guys are blessed. Hope you guys are safe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Excited to play with my Aleana hand. Woo. Bye guys.